Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into one of the most massive, game-changing trends shaping modern organizations all around the world. We are talking about the sheer, unprecedented shift from the traditional physical office to the modern remote workspace. And this isn't just some minor change in where we plug in our laptops. It's a fundamental, ground-up transformation in how we work, how we connect with each other, and ultimately how we live. So take a quick second to reflect on your own work setup right now. It wasn't too long ago that pretty much everyone was expected to be parked at a desk in a traditional office, day in and day out. But over the past few years, things changed entirely. A transformation that, for sure, was massively accelerated by the COVID-19 pandemic. Which begs a pretty crucial question. Is the traditional office totally obsolete? Like, have we literally moved past the need for a central physical gathering place? Okay, let's dive into this and look at the two environments side by side. On one hand, you've got the rigid, old way of doing things, the traditional office. We're talking about cubicles, strict geographical limits. Actually, scratch that. The worst part was those exhausting 2-hour daily commutes, right? On the flip side, we have the flexible new reality of the remote environment. Thanks to high-speed internet and the cloud, your office can be your living room, a local cafe, or basically anywhere with global connectivity. To really grasp this shift, here is our agenda for today's Explainer. 1. The remote work revolution. 2. The upside of going remote. 3. The hidden work-from-home challenges. 4. The digital collaboration toolkit. 5. Leading a virtual team. And 6. The future of work. Let's get into it. Section 1. The remote work revolution. Right off the bat, it's absolutely crucial to establish that remote work is no longer just a temporary trend. It's a long-term strategy. By definition, remote work is an arrangement where employees perform their jobs outside the traditional office while remaining connected via digital tools. And I really want to emphasize that last part. The key requirement isn't about where you happen to sit. It's entirely about how you stay digitally connected to your team. Major tech giants totally got this. Companies like Microsoft, GitLab, Shopify, and Automatic were massive early adopters. They fully embraced remote or hybrid models super early on because they recognized the immense power of digital collaboration. Honestly, they saw the writing on the wall way before it became the global standard we see today. Section 2, the upside of going remote. This flexibility fundamentally changes our daily lives for the better. Just imagine, for a second, getting 2 whole hours of your life back every single day. For a ton of employees, that soul-crushing daily commute is just gone. Instead, that time is spent exercising, learning new skills, or just getting real quality time with family. It drops stress levels and job satisfaction absolutely skyrockets. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the dual financial benefit. It is a total win-win. Organizations save a fortune on real estate, electricity, and maintenance. But the employees are winning financially too. They're saving big on gas, transit passes, and those expensive daily lunches. At the end of the day, both the company and the employee keep a lot more money in the bank. And let's talk about hiring, because geography is no longer a barrier. Before, companies were kind of stuck with local hiring, hoping the right person lived nearby or was willing to relocate. Now, you're tapping into a global talent pool. You can hire the absolute best candidates on the planet, which brings incredible diversity, fresh cultural perspectives, and totally new ideas into your workforce. It's a real game changer. Section 3, the hidden work-from-home challenges. But hey, we have to keep things balanced here, because it's definitely not all extra sleep and sunshine. The dark side of this is that human beings are, at our core, social by nature. So the crucial point is that working alone for extended periods strips away all those natural face-to-face interactions that build trust. Without those quick chats in the break room, it's really easy for isolation and loneliness to creep in. We also run into some pretty severe communication barriers. When you're constantly relying on emails and chats, you completely lose those vital nonverbal cues, things like facial expressions, body language, gestures. Because of that, accidental misunderstandings happen way more often. Remote workers basically have to be overly clear and super prompt just to avoid everyone getting their wires crossed. Oh, and then there's the whole blurred boundary issue. When your living room is also your office, it becomes a little too easy to check work emails in your pajamas at midnight, right? But constantly working outside normal hours is a fast track to fatigue and serious burnout. Having a dedicated workspace and a strict daily routine is absolutely vital to protect your sanity. Section 4, the digital collaboration toolkit. And this brilliantly illustrates how we actually solve those isolation and communication problems. Modern organizations basically replace the physical building with a digital toolkit. Video tools like Zoom or Meet become your conference room, chat apps like Slack replace the water cooler, project management software is your new whiteboard, and cloud storage is your filing cabinet. It's the entire office, just packed into your laptop. But listen, accessing company data from your living room or a local coffee shop introduces some massive cybersecurity risks. These security protocols are mandatory, zero exceptions. 1. Use a VPN. 2. Turn on multi-factor authentication. 3. Update your software regularly. And 4. Never, ever use unsecured public Wi-Fi. A single phishing attack can compromise the whole shebang, so training here is absolutely critical.
Section 5. Leading a virtual team.
Now, having the coolest software is great, but tech alone doesn't build company culture. Traditional management was often about supervising exactly how many hours someone sat at their desk. But remote leadership, it requires a completely different mindset. Leaders literally have to stop watching the clock. You have to focus on outcomes, set crystal clear expectations, and just trust your team with the autonomy to get it done.
And you have to be intentional about engagement. If people aren't meeting in person, managers have to actively step up to organize virtual team building, online training, and recognition ceremonies. You also have to provide real mental health support. If you don't do this, employees will absolutely feel disconnected from the company's mission.
Section 6, the future of work. Let's move to and see how this builds something truly incredible. When organizations combine trust, digital collaboration, and well-being, remote work becomes a massive engine for inclusion. It opens doors for individuals with disabilities who might struggle with a tough commute. It gives caregivers the flexibility they need. And it offers top-tier career paths to folks living in remote or rural areas. It levels the playing field. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this final thought. Are you creating an environment where people remain productive, connected, and motivated regardless of their physical location? Because at the end of the day, the future of work isn't about where we sit, it's about how we connect. Thanks for joining me today, and keep connecting out there.